What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this one I'm going to be showing how to make Golden Corral. Now, here it is. I will probably be making an interior for this tomorrow. I don't know, check the weekly schedule. The weekly schedule will know better than I will. Discord moment. So, here it is. I don't have a whole ton to say about this one. The front looks really good, but everything else looks very, very mid. That's really all I have time to say, actually. So, yeah, that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so the space you're needing, this is a 56 by 31, and the materials you're needing, most likely, yeah, definitely to start off, are, brick blocks, birch planks, smooth quartz blocks, black stained glass panes, gray concrete, red concrete, smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz slabs, and we'll go dark oak doors. I think you only need yellow terracotta. I think that's the only block we're missing, yeah. So, starting from the front left-hand corner of your 56 by 31 grid golf cart you've made it, if you don't know the space and you're like, oh, but I gotta start from the front right, just punch out the corners and count the number. Or get it rough enough. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you know you have the space. But from this front left-hand corner, you want to count back by 5, and right by 1, and going right, you're going to want to place 11 bricks. So we're gonna do this a little bit different. We're gonna actually start by doing this side here, and we're gonna go around and then do this front portion last. Because we have the materials to actually do the letters, I'll probably do them fairly early on, and it'll work better that way. But on top of this row of brick going left to right or right to left does not matter. You want to place a birch plank, smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass pins, smooth quartz block, birch plank, smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass pins, smooth quartz block, and a birch plank. Copy that row one more time, giving me suburban house vibes over here. And place a row of birch on top of that. Now, you want to take the brick block. First off, I'm going to tell you, look at the grid on my screen for a sec, and decide, is this big enough? Based off of that wall, and you can even fly up yourself and kind of figure out if you like that space or not. Left to right, you can't change it, by the way, unless you removed what we just did and just had this as the far left, which you can do. That is a thing you can do. At that point, I would leave this one row and then just worry about the rest later. But then that'd have to do some math on your part, which isn't that much. It's just minus 10 to the number that I'm going to give you. So, just think about that. But I'm also asking front to back because that is up to you. What I'm doing is I'm taking this brick block and I'm bringing it back by 24. Now, I am doing an interior for this probably tomorrow. We'll see how that goes, I guess. But, yeah, just keeping that in mind. And then you want to go right from this with 53... Yeah, 53 bricks. Then go forward 24. And then left with, hold on, let me pull up my note sheet, 21 bricks. And then from there you can go left with a smooth quartz block, 2 dark oak doors, and a smooth quartz block. And then, as I mentioned, if you had to do math or anything, the gap between this thing and this thing, I will count real quick because I actually don't know it. 17 is that gap. So make sure that that gap is 17 for you. 3, 6, 10, 17. If it isn't, double check your counting, or you can just fix it and move on later. I know it's not ideal doing it that way, and I don't like doing it that way, but for this it is more convenient because of the way that the front works. I want to save it for last. Or this front middle, I should say. Now going right to left along this front row of bricks, you want to place 2 birch planks. Whoopsies, not going up. Smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass pans. Smooth quartz block. Birch plank. Smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass pans. Smooth quartz block. Birch plank. Smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass pans. Smooth quartz block. Birch plank. Smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass pans. Smooth quartz block. Birch plank. Smooth quartz block. Skip over the doors and then another smooth quartz block. Like so. Copy that row one more time, except on top of the 2 dark oak doors you want to place some smooth quartz stairs facing forward. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. I am recording this on a Monday, which is upsetting. I hate Mondays. Then you want to place a row of birch on top of that. What is that back there? Okay, it's a house. It just looks weird. Okay. Now, the left, right, and back bricks, you want to place 3 birch planks on top of, except for the corners, because you obviously, except for the front corners, because you already did the thing with the front corners, but just place 3 birch planks on top of every single brick block that you have yet to touch. Yeah, God, I can't speak. There will probably be a door somewhere at the back. I'm not sure where, and I forgot to add it, so, yeah, that'll probably also be based on where I have the kitchen. But this is going to be a little bit of an interesting interior, most likely, because it's a buffet. And then on top of the birch, the entire thing now, you want to place 8 rows of red concrete. I don't know why I'm double checking that. I know it's right. So yeah. And that will literally give you like your outside parts done. Except for some details, but the actual walls themselves will be basically done. This isn't that like complex of a tutorial until we get to the middle, then it gets kind of fun. But yeah, that middle is I think the selling point of this build. The rest of it, I tried to, it was hard because of the way I had to do the letters. I was originally going to have them on the front, and then I couldn't, and then I was going to have them 3 block tall letters is what they originally were, and it just didn't look good. Or, I didn't actually try it fully, but it wasn't going to look good because it was going to be, I needed, I think, like 3 additional rows of red concrete for that to work. So I was like, yeah, no. It's not much of a difference, but it certainly is better than what it was. And if you even wanted to, I know it's late now, like at the back or something, you could have the slabs even curve up and get rid of some of that red and even it out more. By all means, I think that's an acceptable thing to do, or just break up the red concrete somehow. I was playing with that a little bit. I couldn't quite get something that I liked, so whatever you think would look good, I'd try. Obviously, you have to keep in mind how it's going to mesh with the front, from the right side to the front right, because of the letters, and you just have to keep the letters in mind. However, yeah. And they don't have, I was going to use, like, there's no yellow stairs and slabs, which is really annoying. Birch is as yellow as it gets, which is sad. And endstone brick, but nobody likes endstone brick. So yeah, I was like, I'll just go with white, because white's, when in doubt, white letters, I guess. Unless it's a white background, then don't do that. And probably nether brick, I think, works best. That's what I seem to use the most, at least. Or dark oak. Dark oak might work. Or red nether brick. Red letters always are nice. I guess mangrove, keeping the red theme, although I can't do red on red, obviously, here. Okay, there you go. Nice. What I'm gonna tell you to do now is, this is gonna be a little bit of an odd step, because of the way I'm gonna have to explain it. At the bottom row of red concrete, you want to place smooth quartz slabs going all the way around the outside. However, once you hit the gap at the middle, This far innermost block will be a smooth quartz block instead of a slab, like this. So you can see how that is. It doesn't make sense right now, and I know. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Although it's going to happen eventually, whether you want it to or not. So yeah, and it will happen also on the kind of right side of the left. Left side of the right and right side of the left. I know that doesn't like make sense in probably a lot of people's heads, but it's fine. It makes sense in mine, so that's all that matters, right? But yeah, go crazy with the sides of this, honestly. I didn't do a whole ton of detailing. I kind of focused on the front and then gave up. True story. So, yeah. Definitely up to you, whatever you think might look better on these sides. And then along the top, you just want to place upside down smooth quartz slabs along that top row of red concrete. Nothing fancy with this. It just goes all the way around and obviously stops at that gap. I mean, you could go, and I think it goes in like 3... Yeah, 3, I think. That's great, Minecraft. I don't understand. Like, what is it building on? I guess with this, it's a little bit more understandable. But, like, why would I want to suddenly switch the direction of the slabs or the orientation... Or I guess orientation of the slabs. It doesn't make any sense. Why? So yeah, there you go. What I'm going to tell you to do is I'm going to tell you to switch your red concrete and your smooth quartz blocks in your inventory. So you have your 3 smooth quartzes together. And then you want to come to the right side and you want to come to the left row of that. We're going to do the letters, which these are, for the most part, 2-block letters. There are some exceptions to that. You want to count to the 3rd row of red concrete down, which is this block right here, actually. And you want to count right by 3, and you want to place an upside down smooth quartz stair facing right there. Then bring it right with an upside down stair facing left. And then below that, place 2 normal stairs facing into each other. Below the right stair, place another stair facing left, and then bring it left with a slab. There's a G. That's 3 blocks, but like most of the others aren't. It's kind of weird the way the logo works a little. It's kind of cool. You want to leave a 1-block gap from the middle block of this, and then you want to place 2 stairs facing into each other, going right, and then on top of that, 2 upside down stairs facing into each other. Like so. Leave a 1-block gap from the bottom of that, place 3 smooth quartz blocks moving up. Leave a 1-block gap from the bottom of that, place upside down stair facing left. Up with a normal stair facing left, and then bring each of those stairs right with their reverse slab. So this normal stair will go right with an upside down slab, the upside down one will go right with a normal slab. Bring each one right with a block, and then extend that block up by 1. Leave a 1-block gap from the bottom of that and place a stair facing right. Bring it right with a slab, and then place a set of blocks on top of that. It's the best I could do with 2 blocks, man. You can't get a gap in here. There's just no way. Unless you use carpets or something suspicious, but well, stairs and slabs don't exist, so it would look weird. Leave a 1-block gap from the bottom of that. Place 2 blocks moving up. Go right with an upside down slab. Stair facing right, and then down with a block. There we go. Now we have golden. Except it's not very golden. Come to the O. If you can't tell what the O is, it's the kind of squarular looking thing. This one. And come to the right block of it. Count down from this by 2 and place an upside down stair facing right. Bring it down with a normal stair facing right. And then bring each stair right with the same kind of slab. So upside down slab, normal stair, normal slab. I know it's kind of elongated, but again, there's no middle ground. This just looks bad like that. And then this looks a little long, but it's fine. Leave a 1-block gap from the bottom of that. Place 2 stairs facing into each other, going right, and then 2 upside down stairs on top of that, facing into each other. Leave a 1-block gap from the bottom of that. Place 2 blocks moving up. Upside down slab, going right from the top block. Leave a 1-block gap from that slab. Block. Right with an upside down slab, and then bring that block down by 1. Leave a 2-block gap from the bottom of that, and you want to place a stair facing right. On top of that, place an upside down stair facing right. Right of that stair, place a stair facing left, and then bring it down with a block. If you do it like this, it looks just weird. So that was why I did the block here, because the block here kind of still gives you that A effect, but it doesn't make it look stupid. And then I tried to elongate it and look like a fish, so, leave a 1 block gap from the bottom of that, place 3 blocks moving up, and there you go. This right here is revolutionary for tutorials. If I can use 2 block letters, not to a full extent because there are limitations, but at least occasionally, this will be huge. It's one of the biggest things I think I've done in a tutorial in a long time. And I know it's like, whatever, they're just shorter. But it changes the complexity of a tutorial so much when you can use a tinier letter. Like, obviously things like a G probably won't work very well. But we're getting somewhere with this. We're certainly getting somewhere. And I know banner letters would also be revolutionary, but they look bad. These don't look that bad. You can at least read them. Although the A and the E are kind of questionable, but everything else is fine. Anyways, get rid of your dark oak door and get out yellow terracotta. I was very excited with how those turned out, I'm not gonna lie. Enthusiasm, 10 out of 10. This is preference. If you want to go left to right, you can go left to right. If you want to go right to left, you can go right to left. I'm gonna instruct this based off left to right, because that's how I like to go, and I'm selfish, so, I always go left to right. It's just a thing. But from the left side here, or, yeah, left side, you want to, from this brick block, go forward diagonally to the right with a brick. Bring it forward 1 and right 2. Also, if you want to do this to where you're doing both sides at the same time, you can. 1 second. There we go. You want to going left to right or right to left of the front row of this place. Birch plank, black stained glass pane, birch plank. You then want to copy that row 1 more time. Then place a birch plank on top of either birch plank and then a smooth quartz stair in the middle. Then place 5 rows of birchwood planks on top of that. And there you go. You can also just fill this left row up with birch planks now. I just didn't want to focus on it at the same time. At the row above the window, this row of birch right here, you want to place a row of upside down smooth quartz subs in front of it, and also kind of going back on the left. And then that will be where that full block is created. Obviously I already had mine, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah. Now, what you can do is you can go from this brick, go forward diagonally to the right with a brick. Then right 1. Bring each of those bricks up with 8 red concrete. And then bring the top 3 each right by 9. And then the right 2 you can connect back down to the ground with red concrete, except you do want to leave 1 block at the bottom to place brick. So it's 5 red concrete rows below that, and then the brick. So it kind of gives you this archway. And you could totally have this as your door and then say frick you and make that a window instead. But then I'd probably shift all the windows a block to the right, which is boring. But I'm going to add some windows here. So, actually, I'm going to wait to do the windows. I'm going to do this right side just so we have it symmetrical, because I like symmetry. So from this brick block, go back diagonally to the right with a brick. Bring it right 2. Left to right or right to left on top of that row of 3 does not matter. Place birch plank. Black stained glass pane, birch plank. Copy that row 1 more time. Each birch up by 1. Panes up with a smooth quartz stair. 5 rows of birch on top of that. And then your row of upside down slabs in front of the first full row of birch going across, and then also just connected to that block. And then I would fill in this little crevice at the right side because you don't want gaps. Nobody likes gaps. Because then someone can just sneak in. Although I don't know why you'd want to sneak into a golden corral, but I'm not going to ask questions. Starting to get something here. I really like how this front section turned out too. Not to pipe up my own build, but you know. So in the middle of this big old square that we have here, is it a square? No. In the middle of this, you want to place a brick at the bottom, and it wants to be a block back from the other bricks. Except not those. It's in line with the birch bricks. The front are more birch bricks. That makes no sense. Going left to right to left on top of this row of brick does not matter. Place gray concrete, smooth quartz block, black stained glass pane, smooth quartz block, black stained glass pane, smooth quartz block, and then gray concrete. Copy that row one more time. And then bring each gray concrete up by 3. Bring each smooth quartz block up with another block, a gray concrete, and then another block of smooth quartz. And then bring the panes up with a smooth quartz stair, gray concrete, black stained glass pane. And then I would also just come up maybe back here and just place red concretes above those panes up there. Just so they're actually kind of clinging to something and not just floating in mid-space. I guess standing on that and kind of standing upright. No, it just makes the effect a little nicer. In front of this row of gray concrete here, the only full row of it, you want to place a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs. There you go. Why does that look off-centered? It isn't. It's just the way, the angle I had, it looked off-centered, and that was really weird. I mean, the entire build, I guess, is a little bit. More than a little bit. So, what I'm going to tell you to do, place smooth quartz blocks on top of all these birch planks and red concretes. And then surround them in upside down smooth quartz stairs, basically giving you kind of like a roof. Just pretend like we're ending this right here. But we're not. In line with the red concrete, you want to place 3 rows of yellow terracotta moving up. You can't do 2, although the third one we're going to have to place something, so just use yellow terracotta for the purposes of this. Then you can place upside down smooth quartz stairs in front of that 3rd row up. And then place smooth quartz slabs on top of these stairs, and I guess just fill in the middle too. And then extend them out on each side by 1, except I wouldn't worry about the back right now. I just worry about the sides like that. And there you go. That's what the front looks like. Now, a few things to finish up the illusions that we have here. First thing, I would just place 2, like, it's kind of hard to explain. Above the birch plank, kind of like sticky outy bits here, you just want to place 2 smooth quartz blocks moving in. They're kind of horizontal, and they just give you perfect squares. The reason that matters is because these top 2 rows of red concrete from the main walls want to come in by 3 along with the upside down slabs. This will just, again, this is all just filling in gaps. And then the yellow terracotta section will come back by at least 2. Now, you can do as many as you'd like. I don't even know what the number I did. I'm just gonna go like 3 more or something. Maybe not that much. Actually, maybe. I'll stop there. So I have a total of 6 yellow terracotta. And then the upside down stairs will go all the way around. And then the slabs will also go all the way around. And they will stick out on each block by 1. And then the middle of this section will be filled in with slabs as the roof. Now, if that's a lot of information at once, I'll slow it down in a second here. Hold on. So, we filled in these little squares here. This red concrete and this yellow terracotta, these two join together at the corner. And then the yellow terracotta section just kind of brought back by whatever number you felt like it. Mine ended up being 6 total. That row of yellow terracotta is wrapped in stairs. Stairs are brought up with those slabs, which get brought out by an additional row on all sides. And then the middle of this will be filled in with smooth quartz slabs as well. I know I kind of sped through that little section. I'm sorry. I just kind of started rolling and didn't stop. Spherical style. So yeah, there you go. Now we're kind of missing something. It's a roof. This is entirely up to you. However, I'm going to say one thing. You should make it red concrete. Because you have this layer here going all the way around, there's not really a different option that will work entirely well, because you can't get rid of that row of red concrete, as you'll see that. Now, granted, if you wanted to use that to your advantage, that is totally a possibility. I personally am not particularly, or I don't particularly care that much, so I'm just going to fill it in with red concrete. Nobody's going to see the thing anyways, so it's like, who cares? But the red concrete does look sleeker than most other blocks would, because you're going to probably have a weird transition somewhere. That's just how the upside down slab roofs work. You'll notice I try to avoid these a lot. But sometimes I just kind of fall into them and I'm like, eh, whatever. I think sometimes they're better. And in this case, it only was because it made the red concrete looks smaller by, yes, only technically a full block because I also did it on the bottom where I originally had it a half a block lower. But I mean, it's still smaller and it still gives it a little bit more proportionateness. It did change the build too. I had it originally, I didn't have the top ones normal, but I had the bottom ones upside down as well along the top row of birch, and I was like, So I did end up changing that and it did look a little bit better. It's a little bit more proportionate. And also, at the left and the right. Now, if either of these sides are facing a, perhaps, road or highway or something, which you're more than likely to have something, or even the back, you have space on these sides to do the letters again, so I would do it. That's just my opinion. I would just do it. Granted, what was I gonna say? Granted, you do have to, consider just like spacing and stuff, but I think honestly I would. I didn't for this because I didn't want it to be a part of the build. It's just something that you should think about based on how your city is, because it doesn't matter for me, I'm not in a city. But if I make this in a city and I'm probably not going to see this part of the video, but I'll probably put something on the side if it's facing a road, because it's such a blank side. Even windows. Now, windows I'm going to put an asterisk next to because I don't know how I want to do the inside yet. So perhaps that is why I left the sides and back blank. That's why I always leave the back blank for that. But I left the sides blank because I don't know how the inside's going to exactly work. It's going to be probably a little bit stranger than the normal average restaurant since it is a buffet. And I've never done a buffet, I don't think. No, I haven't. So, this will be an interesting first. But once you're done, ladies and gentlemen, that is your golden corral complete. I'm actually, I'm 50-50 on this, although I am pretty happy with how how it turned out overall. I just think that some parts of it could have been made better. But yeah, that's going to end this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments below. I always like to hear some thoughts and feedback and stuff. And what do you think about the 2-block letter revolution? Have a fantastic dinner, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.